Good afternoon. Welcome to the Zenoscope and Space Cadets retailer live stream. This is our first retail live stream of the month, so welcome everyone. Welcome back if this is your first retail live stream, and we're very happy to have you. So Zenoscope has always appreciated all the brick and mortar comic shops and hobby shops that have supported us over the years. Comic shops are the lifeblood of this industry, and because of this, we began these retailer live streams to support these shops and retailers, especially in light of COVID-19, where in-person events, conventions aren't happening. A lot of the country is still closed down, and parts of certain states are opening up again. But we want to connect our fans, the best fans of all, to these really awesome retailers all across the country that support us. So this week's special guest is our beloved partner, Space Cadets Collection. Half the proceeds today from Zenoscope fans and buyers will go directly to Space Cadets. So for any comic book retailers looking to be featured on an upcoming retailer live stream, or you have a specific shop that you want to refer that would be interested in attending or being hosted on one of these live streams, you can contact our sales rep at Jason Condilas at jcondilas@zenoscope.com. Now you'll notice later today we'll be doing a bunch of sales where we'll be offering Diamond Retailer only exclusives. And so for anyone who's not sure about the program, or if you have a brick and mortar or retailer store that you want to refer and to be part of the Zenoscope Diamond Retailer program, all you have to do is contact Jennifer at jbermel@zenoscope.com. Now, without further ado, we have in the backstage a special guest, Jen King, owner of Space Cadets Collection. I have a quick bio. So Space Cadets is a multiple time Eisner Spirit of Retail nominated comic book shop located in Oak Ridge, Texas. Having first opened in 2010, they've become a premier store for comics, graphic novels, collectibles for fans of all ages. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Jen King, the owner of Space Cadets. Jen!
Hey everybody.
Hello.
Hey Chris.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing really well. It's been really great, I would say, in the last few months. I've really started to see all of our regular customers come back, and I've picked up quite a few Zenoscope new customers, which is
no
brand
way.
New. Yeah,
that is awesome. Very good. And we'll get into it a little bit later, but I hear you're a live stream professional because you got this awesome setup going on. I see the statue behind you. I see a whole bunch of Zenoscope books behind you. So what a great way to kick it off. So Jen, I gave a very, very brief bio, but for those who are not familiar with your store, can you give a quick bio or a quick backstory of how your store began, and what's it like being the owner purveyor of a great institution?
well, for me, I started the store specifically so that families could have a place to come and kind of like generationally enjoy comic books. So it's very family friendly. We've got a really big kids area that has, it's very much obvious that it's supposed to be a place for kids to sit down and read through the books and not be bothered and enjoy themselves. And then we've got, obviously the areas for the adults to be able to go find everything that they want, a bunch of toys. We have a sister store that's game focused, and we have a pizzeria that's inside of our store. So you don't really ever have to leave. You can just eat and stay here forever if you'd like. We've like wanted to make sure that almost like we had like the nerd mall feel, where it's like whatever you needed, we have it here.
That's awesome. The one-stop shop for all your needs. That's really great. I love the fact that you're really honing in on building a family-friendly environment, an all ages environment. Is that the thing you find most special about your store? Or is there anything else cool and unique about your store that you want our fans to know?
I think there are a couple things that are very unique about the store. Other than that, we're very focused on making sure the kids have a place to come, because our center has a bunch of other kids related stores in it. So it just makes sense. There's like, fencing academy and a gymnastics place and a taekwondo place. So there's lots and lots of kids and families around all the time. But the other thing that's kind of unique about us is that we've been doing live broadcast streaming for about 3 years now. And we've recently, what you're seeing right now is our new front-facing broadcast studio. We usually have one in the warehouse, but this one, I felt like I wanted to be able to interact with my customers so that they didn't feel like they were missing out on getting to say hi to the owner, because that's the only thing that I dislike about stores, when, like, if an owner kind of like never is in the front, then you never get to get to know them and the personality of the shop. And I really didn't want that to happen for mine, to have me like all of a sudden disappear from all those things. So it's like, how can I do that? I'll just have a front studio. Why not?
Yeah. That's great, and that actually leads into my next series of questions. So you do a lot of live stream events and programming. So if you go to spacecadetscollection.com, you can actually see their upcoming schedule. So I see here you do some great segments such as personal shopping, welcome to the run show, tomorrow comics today. Could you explain more about how your like what kind of live streaming programs and events you hold, and which ones are your favorite to do?
The first batch of them actually started on the Comic Book Shopping Network, which I co-own with Jesse James, who is another store in Arizona. And we've gathered together all of the best of our friends in the comic book industry, LCSs, and just like really great sellers in general, and made it a safe place for people to come. So I do a bunch of shows on there. Probably my favorite is my Wednesday morning walk around, because it's different than a set piece. I have my camera and I walk around and kind of do personal shopping for people, so they can kind of, like what I say, drive me like a bus, which is kind of get the boss, make them go into that drawer and pick out the thing you want. And then we also just started the Experience, which is a YouTube-based streaming service, which is on top of having some live shows that are for buying things, a lot of informational shows, lots of interviews. We have game shows coming up. We'll have original content things like, reality shows, looks behind the scenes of what it's like to work in a comic book shop. We really wanted to kind of like open up and make sure that there wasn't a lot of mystery about what a comic book shop is like inside, because that's really found out in the early days of doing live streaming shows, is that people would tell us all the time that they didn't ever go into comic book shops because they were kind of worried that either they wouldn't be accepted, or they really just didn't, just the unknown of what was going on in there. Like, what's in there? And when they saw from the walk around shows what a comic book shop looked like, they were like, oh, it's just like a regular store. Then we're comfortable about going to their local comic shops near them. And so that's what we really want, is to like take the mystery out of what is going to a comic shop like. Do you have to be part of the clique or the club? No. So that's been our aim, and it's really starting to look like that's really reaching people. We get messages a lot that that's what they're getting out of it.
That's fantastic. I love that feeds into your very, very unique identity and focus on just building an open environment. And I would say, like, you're probably on the bleeding edge. I really haven't seen many other retailers do what you do, and that's so cool. And it's especially how we're still in COVID. Parts of the country are still remote. Like, now all of our Zenescope fans can like log into your live streams, and they could be part of the community as well. So that's top notch.
Absolutely.
So I speaking of conventions, not only do you do like live streaming events and live stream conventions, you also host an in-store convention called Cadets Con. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, we wanted to, like, as part of our family friendliness, we realized that sometimes families are living paycheck to paycheck, can't fit the expense of taking them and all their kids to something as expensive as a Comic-Con. Sometimes ends up being to fly there or to drive there and get hotels and all those things. So we said, can we have that same kind of experience in our shop, and like invite the people that people would normally see at a convention, comic book creators and people that are on TV or movies or those kinds of things. Can we bring them into the shop, not charge anything for the event, and just let people come and enjoy that, and have just another way for people to enjoy comic books and the things that get made out of comic books, which is TV and movies at this point. And so that's, we do that. We started out with just a one-day convention, and now we're to 3. This last year we had to do it virtually, which gave us the ability have really amazing guests because we didn't have to, put the bill for people to fly, and they also didn't have to give up their own family time. They could just give up an hour time to meet virtually with their fans. And so it worked really well. We had so much fun. Can't wait to do that again.
Awesome. Congratulations. And I'm sorry, usually what time of the year CadetsCon happens? And is it like, are you planning to do another CadetsCon virtually this year?
Usually it's an August event. We'll see if, because things are opening up and conventions have been pushed back into weird times of the year, we don't want to have it be just kind of like an overwhelming amount of them at the same time. So we'll look at what that looks like for the time period. But I believe this year it'll be virtual again, just because it's not quite ready, or we'll have to put like 6 months from now when it feels much more free. Everyone's got their shots and we can walk around with us and feel safe.
Well, I'm putting a call out to all of our Zetascope fans who are watching. We got to go to the CadetsCon in August. So you also do a bunch of really cool in-store variants and exclusives. I was reading on your bio that you've done 12 of these covers, and many of these have supported charitable organizations and foundations. That's so awesome, giving back to the community. How did that initiative or idea start?
Oh gosh, we've done so many more since then. I need to update that bio. But it really started because we love doing things. We do the Extra Life program that happens in October, where it's like 24 hours of video gaming. I'm not a very good video gamer, and so my 24 hours of Candy Crush probably isn't very interesting. So, but what can I do instead to raise money? And so the first year that we did it in conjunction with the Texas Children's Hospital, and did a really great book, Amazing Spider-Man with Marvel. And that was super successful. So we just kept on doing it. And we often do it in partnership with other comic book shops around the country that also want to support charities. So we've done them for Bank, which is a book industry charitable organization. We've done it for Heroes Initiative, Wounded Warrior Project. So we try to pick things that are close to the hearts of our customer base and to support those, because as we said, that's what we're about. We're about our piece.
That's fantastic, and those are amazing foundations. I support all of them as well, and that's so cool. That again, you're very, very community oriented, community based, and that's we need more of that. And like the comics community is one of the greatest communities out there. So before we get to the virtual tour of your store, I am very excited because I looked on your Instagram very recently. You had a celebrity event at the store with Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger. How did that event go, and like what other events you've held? I also saw that at one time you hosted Jim Lee at your store, which is wild. So tell us more about that.
We love to have signings in our store. It's not even relegated to like really famous people like Jason David Frank. But I think really soon, this next couple of weeks, we'll have a super indie that their books come out. They only have a Patreon, so they're just a little bitty company. We like to help push eyeballs to reading books in any way that they can. But Jason David Frank was such a great guest. Like, it was our first in-store signing since the COVID shutdown. And he's been doing this great program, the Power Ranger Protection Program, which he is on his own dime flying to comic book stores and doing these events. Just about, I think he's almost got it down to like 2 a week or something, where he's just like, he got done with ours and then I think he was flying off to the next one, where he comes and he makes sure that he takes care of everybody. And don't tell anybody, but like, I watched him do it over and over again, where people came and like, they paid for an autograph and came up and he gave them twice as much of whatever that they had paid for. He just gave them away. So he made, no matter what people's situation was, because there's a lot of people that have been out of work. He made sure that everybody got to have something, and got a heart of gold, man. He's a really kind person. He's not one of those people that, like, on the surface he's kind of really nice to the fans, but in the background he's kind of a meanie. But he's totally not. Behind the scenes, he's the exact same person. Super kind to my staff and just thrilled them by taking pictures with them. Cool dude.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing, and that's so cool. You're providing your customers that kind of amazing experience. Is there any other events down the line that that you could tease at the moment, or that you're really excited for?
There's a couple. One I can kind of tease. Joe Pruitt from Aftershock is going to come, and he's going to bring someone with him that I can't talk about, but they're tied to a book that they announced recently. And then Dirk Manning is also going to come, and this is all whenever everything clears up for people to travel, and he'll bring someone that's tied to one of the book series that he's doing. So, and in both cases, they're pretty big guests, so I'm kind of panicky, but I'm not going to. Oh,
I'm sure it's going to be an amazing event, and your fans are so lucky. So we're almost out of time, but Jen, can you give us a quick virtual tour of the store? So once it's safe to travel, all of our fans can check out your wonderful store in person.
Okay. So we were talking about the kids area. It's always close to us, so we can make sure the kids are being good. So it's a fun little section that's right by our front door. So that's what they get to go see when they first come in. We've got our pizzeria has a front seating area here, but the pizzeria is in the back for people to go order. And then we've got these really big glass cases full of awesomeness.
Ooh.
And now we're gonna go on a big walk because we've got a big toy section.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
So that's all toys. There's our pizzeria hanging out back here. They're on break. They take a midday break and then they come back for the dinner shift.
Mm-hmm.
This is our new comic book area. It's over my shoulder. And then Zenescope. So big and awesome that they have their own end cap. Their own end cap all the way to the bottom.
Oh, thank you. We are hashtag blessed. Thank you. That is awesome.
That's not all. This is the main part of our comic book sections, and we have what we call boutiques on the wall. Mm-hmm. And so Zenescope's got a really huge boutique over here. So
wow. Oh, I see oof. That is a nice collection. I see our calendar, I see a folio, I see a bunch of trades. That's awesome.
So and there's stuff in the drawers too. So we have a giant porg. He's going to show up here in a second. He guards all of our stuff.
Ooh.
And then we come back around to the front. Our sister store is around the corner over here. They're a big gaming store, but you're going to see Hannah here in a second. She's up. She's making sure to take care of
Hannah. What's going on?
And then this is Bob. Bob is our Thermi who takes care of the front end. Wow. And then we have another giant section of our store that you can't see, which is our warehouse, which is way in the back. So 32 feet of warehousing. So really cool stuff.
Wow, this store looks so cool.
This one's set up just for teenagers. Mm-hmm. All stuff that's aimed directly to them, so they can come over here and hang away from the parents. Mm-hmm. And that's it. We're all the way back to the beginning.
Wow, amazing. I think everyone. Well, let's just go. Let's just all go to Texas. I'll visit you. This is.
I told you it's like the Nerd Mall.
Wow, and then we could eat some pizza. We could get some fencing lessons, and then learn how to do a full gainer at the gymnastics place. I think you got it all. Wow. So Jen, thank you so much for being an awesome guest, and for being a great retailer, and for everyone who is watching. You could follow Space Cadets various ways online. So you can find them on their website, which is spacecadetscollection.com. They're also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I believe, yes. So thank you, Amber. So we have a bunch of links. We're going to throw up those banners. So if you want to follow them online, please do. And Jen, before we let you go, any last words for the fans?
I just want to encourage everybody that's on, probably all giant Zenescope fans. But if you've never tried Zenescope, it's ridiculous that you haven't. I know that the covers have girls in really pretty outfits, and that might be a little bit intimidating to you, but those girls on the front covers are the kick butt people that are in the pages. they are strong female protagonists, and it's not fluff. There's some real awesome stories in there. So don't miss out on those titles. And if you need help, just ask your local comic shop which one's their favorite title, and they'll get you the right one. Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for those words of praise. Jen King, you're great. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe, and we'll talk soon. And thank you again. So,
thank you so much, Chris. It was awesome.
Awesome. Wow. Hell yeah. That was so cool. That was amazing. I'm very jealous that, I'm so far away from Texas, because I really want to visit that store. So as we're going to be setting up in the main stage, and before I bring on Jason, I just want to say, as a reminder, half of all proceeds today will go to Jen King and her awesome store, awesome employees. So we want to support an amazing retailer, and what better way than to spend it on some really cool Zenescope collectibles, graphic novels, new releases. We have all that today. So without further ado, let's head on over to the main studio with my main man, Jason.
You're on. I'm on right now? Yeah? All right. This is on a severe delay, then, I can tell you right now. All right, so hello. What's going on there, troops? Glad to see everybody out there. Thanks so much to Jen at Space Cadets for doing that. Huge fan of their store. As you guys can see, she had such an amazing collection of our books, not only, but obviously a huge selection of just about everything. Geez, oh man, their store is just massive. I was just telling Diane, I'm a huge admirer of Jen, just the way that she conducts business, the streams that she holds, kind of the way that she does things. I can't actually wait to go back and review everything that she said, just because I'm very interested. Again, she's one of my peers, and I admire her very much so. All right, so I want to get to some stuff. All right, so we're going to start with some Grim Tales of Terror. So this is going to be new release 1. So if you want new release 1, all you have to do is put into the notes, you want new release 1. It's going to be Grim Tales of Terror, the H.H. Holmes, which is in stores yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, because today's Thursday. Jen had asked me she wanted to do a Thursday instead of a Tuesday, and we were completely fine with that. So we're going Grim Tales of Terror, H.H. Holmes, and I have 3 covers to show you. All right, so the H.H. Holmes is, again, this is Tales of Terror style, so you know how we do Tales of Terror style. But so we're making basically almost America's first serial killer into an adaptation into our comics and so forth. The story is actually kind of very similar to the real life. It's based on a hotel in Chicago, has kind of trapdoors, people start disappearing and so forth. I don't want to give away too much to it, but again, one of the things I really wanted to point out too, though, is this is written by Jay Sandlin. So Jay Sandlin's brand new with us. I don't know if he's written anything before this, but Chris, if you're listening, let's see if we can get Jay on on a something in the future. Big fan of Jay's work. I've watched a couple of his what do they call those podcast things? I watched a couple of his podcasts and so forth. I did get a chance to read the H.H. Holmes. Like I mentioned, I don't want to give away too much of the story. But again, so here's the A cover. So if you're interested in the A cover, this is it. All right. And I don't know if you guys have a banner, something. I'm on a pretty severe delay. So basically new release 1, and this is the A cover here. All right. And that is a cover by, geez, oh man, I should know these. That's Al Baranuevo. Big fan of Al Baranuevo. All right. That's the book right there. Thank you, Ralph. And again, this is H.H. Holmes cover A. So if you're interested in cover A, just go ahead and put it into the notes. Also, cover A, we're going to do, please put in signed or unsigned. If you want signed, that's going to get you Joe and Dave too as well, because Joe and Dave also worked on the story with Jay. Jay did the writing himself, but the story is by Joe, Ralph, Dave, combination of the 4 of them along with Jay too as well. So you're going to have it signed by Joe and Dave. I don't know if any of you heard, Joe actually had a little bit of bout with COVID. We had a little bit of a scare in our office. Turns out everybody's doing well now. Joe should be back in the office. What are you thinking, next week?
Next week.
Probably next week sometime.
Yeah.
So obviously our thoughts and our prayers go out to Joe. Di's family actually as a whole. Di was a little under the weather herself, also had it. Joey had it. Alex had it. Geez, oh man, the whole Russia crew. We're all back and we're ready to rock and roll. Di's to my left and we're rocking and rolling. So again, if you want the A cover is the Al Nuevo. That's this bad boy. It'll be signed by Joe and Dave as well. And then the B cover would be this. All right, so I don't know if you guys have a banner on that bad boy. The B cover is this bad boy. And again, these are $8.99. The reason why it's $8.99 is that's not the B cover. That's the B cover there. So the B cover is that. And thank you, sir. And the B cover is by David Seidman. Big fan of David Seidman. You guys have seen Dave. Dave was on Comic Club, wasn't he? Or Comic something. The TV show we used to do.
Comic Company.
Comic Company. Dave Seidman. Big fan of Dave Seidman. I've met Dave at numerous shows. I've never got the fortune of working with Dave, but I've met him at numerous conventions. Big fan of Dave Seidman. Big fan of the work that he does. So the B cover is the David Seidman. If you're interested in that bad boy, and the reason again it's $8.99 is it's 72 pages in this story. And then of course the C cover happens to be my favorite. All right, I'm a C cover kind of guy. All right, the C cover is this as well, and the C cover is by Ivan Tao. All right, so this is the first cover that Ivan Tao has done with us. And I'm a big fan of Ivan Tao's stuff. If you guys have not seen Ivan Tao's stuff on DeviantArt, I highly recommend. The man is extremely good at what he does. Thank you, Ralph. There it is right there. So that's the Ivan Tao. That's the C cover there. So again, it's basically our adaptation of H.H. Holmes, the original, one of the first serial killers in the United States. Again, 72 pages of content, but Grim Tales of Terror style. I don't want to give away kind of too much of the story and so forth. But again, almost kind of taking a modern day adaptation of that serial killer, which is based on a true story. Or I'm sorry, it's based on true happening in Chicago in the I think it's late 1800s. I want to say. All right, so those are the three books that for the Grim Tales of Terror. There's the A cover, the B cover, and the C. And again, the A is Al Nuevo. The B is David Seidman, and then the C is Ivan Tao. All right, so if you're interested in any one of those, please go ahead and put it to the notes. Let Diane know too. Also, if you're putting in make sure you put signed or unsigned, or you don't have to put unsigned. You can just leave it blank. But if you do want them signed by Joe and Dave, who did the story along with Jay Sandlin, please put that in the notes. All right. So we're going to go to new release number 2. So I'm going to give you 2 options for new release number 2. So new release number 2, or actually 3 if you think about it. So new release number 2 is I'm doing Courier, Liberty, and Death number 3 from last week, Wednesday. But I'm going to offer issues 1, 2, and 3 as a combo deal. So if you're interested in the combo deal, you can either do combo deal A, which would be all the A covers, and I'll show you all those for issues 1, 2, and 3. Or you can do combo deal B, all right, and that would be all of the B covers in this. Fortunately, there's only 2 covers for this, so it should make it a little easier on Diane. So again, this is Courier, Liberty, and Death. If you're not familiar with the Courier story, so Ralph originally wrote first Courier, and he's also writing this spin-off too as well. Our Courier is based on a man-made disease, kind of almost causes an apocalyptic event in the United States to the point where it's almost like a Walking Dead type atmosphere where towns are kind of forced to wall themselves in from these creatures that are called, I think I want to call it like breeders or something like that. I can't remember. Ralph could pop on. Anyway, so these creatures or whatever are forced, like they're almost kind of eating human flesh and so forth. These towns are forced to wall themselves in. Obviously, the rich force themselves into these towns and kind of almost take over as individual mayors of individual towns and so forth. And there are couriers that go back and forth between towns. And that is where our featured character, Eve Harper, comes in. She is a courier that goes kind of from town to town, delivering goods and services and so forth, making their services available and so forth. She's almost like a Mad Max or like a, I don't want to call her Mad Max. What's the female character from the one with the newer adaptation? Furiosa. Yeah. She was like a Furiosa type character.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah, she's like a Charlize Theron, absolutely badass woman. All right. So again, this will be Courier. The A deal would be, these are all the A covers and so forth. The A covers are, let me see if I can get all the A covers. So one is Gibo Vagante, is issue 1. Igor Vitorino is issue 2. And then issue 3 is Leonardo Calapietro. All right. So again, this is issue 1. So if you want, if you just want issue 1A, all you have to do is put 1A in the notes. But if you want all 3 for, what are we doing all 3 for, Di?
14.
$14. So we're doing all 3 for 14. Just put combo A, and that'll get you all 3 of these. And again, these could be signed too as well. They could be signed by definitely Joe. Let me see if Dave did the editing. No, basically just Joe on these. Okay. All right. Again, Ralph's the writer. Unfortunately, Ralph's in Texas, so he wouldn't be able to sign these for us. It's nicer when I had Ralph on hand to be able to sign the books for you. So again, this is issue 1. Then this is issue 2. Okay. And then this is issue 3. Any one of the books individually are $5.99. All right. So if you just want 1 or 2 or 3, they're $5.99 each. Okay. Or you can do the combo deal A, where you're getting all 3 for $14. All right. So I knocked off a few bucks there. Would have been 18 if you bought them all individually. Okay. Courier, Liberty, and Death actually came out the 3rd issue last Wednesday. So 1 week prior to yesterday was issue 3. But now that we have all 3 in stock, I wanted to offer them as a combo deal if you're interested in that. So just put combo deal A for $14, and we can do those all together. Please put signed in the notes if you want them signed. If you have never bought from us before, too, this is one of the things I should have talked about right off the bat with the stream is, if you've never bought for us before, make sure you shoot us an email at vcons, which is VCONS at Zenoscope. VCONS at Zenoscope, and that'll get you an email to Di. Make sure you give her your address and so forth. Yes, please.
Ralph has said that Joe didn't work on the books. He can sign them, but
Joe signs everything just because he owns the
That's what I said
company.
to him. I was like,
Yeah, I know.
it's
Joe, right. Joe signs everything. I hear what you're saying, Ralph, and you're 100% right because you're the writer, sir. All right, I would never slight you, but you're in Texas, my man. All right. So Joe signs everything that we do, basically because Joe and Ralph, just like Ralph, could actually sign everything that we do. Because Joe and Ralph are the brains behind the company. They are the impetus that created Zenoscope in the first place. And obviously, we give a huge thank you to both of them. But Joe can sign everything that we do. But this is Ralph's baby when I say Courier is his, though, all through and through. All right. So again, that's combo deal A. And again, you're getting all 3 for $14 if you're interested, or if you want any one of these individually, these A covers, 1, 2, or 3, they are $5.99 each. Okay. So it's basically just a continuation of Eve Harper kind of running into more gangs. She's unhappy with who her brother is kind of gotten situated with and so forth. So that is the continuation of the story of Courier and Liberty Death. I actually read all 3 today. And Ralph, I very much enjoyed it. Thank you, sir. All right. So this is these are the cover Bs. So the cover Bs are by Sun Kamanaki. Love some Sun. I know Sun, our ears are perking up on Sun. Sabine Rich, who's also fantastic. And then Nelly Jimenez. So to me, the ladies just take over on company and the ladies knock them out the park. All right. So this is the Sun cover for issue 1 for Liberty and I keep on calling it is Liberty and Death. I keep on wanting to say Liberty and Death. Give me liberty, give me death. All right, so this is issue 1, which is the Sun Kamanaki. And again, you can do these for $14, the combo deal. All right, but you just put cover B as the combo deal. And again, you can put signed, and Joe would sign all 3, much to Ralph's chagrin. Ralph, you got to come back in the office, Ralph. All right, who am I going to do Gen Voice with when you're not in the office, sir? All right, I need you. Yes, Stat, come back. All right, bring Ronnie with you. All right, so this is $5.99 if you just want the cover itself, or just issue 1. It's $5.99. That's the Sun Kamanaki cover, and then this is the Sabine Rich. All right, and again, these are all the cover Bs, or you can do the cover B deal, which is all 3. Jeff Kaiser's on the stream trying to get me to do some Dune. He and I were talking some Dune yesterday. So you guys are gonna have to back me up on Dune. And Amber actually backed me up on Dune. And Chris much like Chris always does. Chris loves every single movie that was ever made. See, no matter how bad the effects, no matter how bad the movie is, he loved Dune. Dune, the original, was 1984, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's an all-star cast. It's a phenomenal cast. It's got Patrick Stewart. It's got Max von Sydow. I can't think of all the actresses in there. Sean Young is in there. It's got some phenomenal actors. It just doesn't get there, dude. All right, it just doesn't get there. It's not good. All right, Jeff, if you're listening, I know you're listening. It's not good. All right, Dune it, John, please, Mushroom Man. No, Dune is not great. Okay, it's unbelievably slow. There's a needle floating through the air. All right. They can kill people with the voice. All right, dude. They do the. There's the toady chick, the shut up mapes. I mean, it's not good. All right, please stop. All right. There's Chris, guilty as charged. All right, so let's get back to the books. We're getting sidetracked. Jeffrey, please, would you please, sir? I'm trying to focus here. We're trying to sell. All right, so this is issue 2, which would be the Sabine Rich. All right, and again, this is the B cover. Thank you, Jenna. Dune is it's not terrible. This is no Keanu Reeves movie, okay? It's not horrible, okay? Because it's very well acted. It's just it's so slow. Like you could literally fall asleep in the first half hour, and you haven't missed a freaking thing. All right. So I'm going to use the killing word. That's right, Jeff. More deep. Okay. And lo and behold, no one died. All right. So there is the Sabine Rich, which is the second issue of that series, and then the Nelly Jimenez. All right. But if you want the combo B for all 3 of the ladies' covers, which would be Sun, Nelly, and Sabine Rich, just put into the notes combo B, and then also you have to put in combo B whether it's signed or not. Yes, that's right. Oh, I see Jen King in the street. Jen, first of all, I want to shout out to you. I want to show you some love. Jen, first of all, huge thank you for doing that interview. And I want you to know I admire everything about you, Jen. I think that you handle yourself like a true professional. All right. I've watched some of your streams. I think you're fantastic at what you do. Jen, keep doing what you do. And thank you so much for joining us today. And yes, James, that's what I do, dude. I am not a Keanu Reeves guy. All right, I'm not going to get into the Keanu Reeves stuff. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not getting sidetracked. All right, we got Matrix. What do you got?
I just watched John Wick again.
You just watched John Wick again, and you thought it was unbelievably dumb?
Love it.
It's unbelievably
Love
dumb.
it.
All right, first of all, you never capture someone, okay, who's going to kill your son, and then you let him go. All right, you take a gun and you walk over and you shoot him in the head. Okay, he's going to kill his son. Okay, dude, this is not a James Bond type of thing where James Bond intricately gets away. There's no sharks with laser beams where you put him in the tank or whatever and you walk away. That's not this. He literally has a gun. He could kill John Wick right then and there. We find out, but he doesn't. Okay, if someone's gonna kill my son,
his friend saved him.
Oh, stop. If someone's gonna kill my son, there's no talking. His son is an asshole. He killed his dog. Wait a minute, he killed his dog. He deserved to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't cry. You
didn't cry. You cried over the dog, didn't you? No.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Diane, who cries in all movies. All right, take it from Di. John Wick is phenomenal. All right, so I want to let's get to some stuff because we're getting all kinds of sidetracked on movies, and we're never going to get to what we need to get to. All right, so I want to start talking a little bit about the graphic novels. The first being Grim Fairy Tales, Volume 1. This is where we started as a company back in 2005 with Joe and Ralph writing our original Grim Fairy Tales. So if you're interested in having Grim Fairy Tales Volume 1, which is where the story started, where we started, I should say, as a company, and you want to have it signed by Joe, it would only be signed by Joe. Unfortunately, Ralph will be unavailable. This is yours for $9.99. All right, and we'll take as many orders as you'd like to do on that. And the great thing about Volume 1 is, again, this is the introduction of Sela. Sela actually comes around in the second issue. A lot of people are not aware of that. She starts in Cinderella. She does not start in Little Red Riding Hood. But there are about 7 different fairy tales, including Little Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel, Rumpelstiltskin, Sleeping Beauty, and Robber Bridegroom for Volume 1. So you're getting about 6 or 7 different fairy tales. Again, where we started as a company, Volume 1 And again, it's just $9.99. If you want that bad boy, and again, signed by Joe, just put into the notes signed by Joe, and it shall be yours. Keanu's in Toy Story 4. Is he really? Well, see, that's not bad. Yeah, but it is. When he does his voice, does he say, I'm a cool toy and you're a cool toy? We're both cool toys. I don't know what you did or I don't know what you played in your past, but I'm sure that you're sorry for being an uncool toy. However, I am a cool toy now. And let me just say, whoa. Okay. All right. I rest my case. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. So if you're interested in volume 1 and you want to have it signed by Joe, again, $9.99 for Grimm Fairy Tales volume 1. Di, are we ready to rock on to Legacy? All right. So I want to get to where we are now in Grimm Fairy Tales. So now we have Sky is taken over her mother, and she's now the guardian of our Nexus. There are 5 different realms, which are Mist, Neverland, Wonderland. Oh boy, I'm gonna mess this up. Oz, I think, is the 4th, and then Earth would be the 5th. Did I get 5 there? I can't remember. Anyway, so if you're interested in the combo deal, I'm doing these again, signed by Joe. You could also get them signed by Dave too, as well, if you'd like. All right, so I'm doing the combo deal. The combo deal is both for, what am I doing, Di?
50.
Both for 50. All right, both for 50, which would be volume 1. This has the first 13 issues of our new series of Grimm Fairy Tales. These are the volume 2s that you see. So GFT volume 2, 01 through 13 would be in Legacy. And then this is Age of Camelot. This would be the next 13. The advantage to Camelot is it also has, I should know this right off the top of my head, but I don't. It also has the annual, and it also has giant size too as well from 2019 too as well. So this is issues 13 through 25, along with the annual and also Grimm Fairy Tales giant size. All right, so if you like either one of these are 30, or if you like them both together, they are 50 for the pair. All right, just put into notes whether we want either one, and then also please put into notes whether you want them signed too as well. All right, so those are the graphic novels that we're doing for today.
The set is just those 2, right?
Yeah, the set will be just the 2. Yeah, not volume 1. I mean, if you want to do all 3 for 60, I'm fine with that, but that's not really a deal.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm not really doing a deal on this because again, it's $9.99. It's tough for me to discount this bad boy any further. All right, I haven't been using the product. I'm not using the product can. Where's Chris when I need him to remind me to be Vanna White? Chris, I need you, Vanna White. Where are you,
I
sir?
don't like you in the other
Chris is in the other room. Chris, where are you? I need Chris. I need my Chris. All right, so let's get to why we came here in the first place. All right, so we're doing 20. We're doing 20, right? Of book number 1.
Yeah.
All right, so if you want book number 1, just put into the notes book number 1. We're going to do 20 of these bad boys. It's a cover by John Royal. All right, it's a 350 print run that we are doing for an absolute steal. All right, can she steal? All right, only $10. All right, the book itself is Belle, Thunder of Gods, F as in Frank. All right, and again, it's covered by John Royal. And again, the book itself is Belle, Thunder of Gods, F as in Frank, and these are just $10 each. We are doing these for 1 per person. Please don't try and put more than 1. We certainly will not give you more than 1. One of the things I want to kind of mention in this stream, I saw some people kind of getting a little upset in the last stream that we did, is these streams are kind of meant to feature the retailers and also support the retailers. So one of the reasons why we only have 20 of this available is the stores that are supporting us, that are selling our regular covers, that are selling these too as well, like Jen at Space Cadets, like Ken at Comic Empire and so forth. We want those variants to be able to go to those guys so that way they have them to sell to their patrons and so forth. And they can also put them online too as well. But again, these streams are meant to support the stores. So not everybody's going to be able to get a single copy. And please understand that, again, these are meant to support the stores. I mean, obviously, we want you guys to get exactly what you want. But in the same regard, if you don't get, if you're not one of the 20 that don't get it, so please keep it in the back of your mind or whatever. These books are, again, meant to support the stores that we're doing, much like Space Cadets today, like Jen King, who sells our books, and she's fantastic at it. Jen, did I tell you I'm a big fan of yours? All right, big fan. All right. So, again, this is book number 1. And, again, it's covered by John Royal. And it is Belle, Thunder of Gods, F as in Frank. And again, those are just $10. So put book number 1 into the notes. I'm gonna put that on the product can. What do you got over there, Amber? You wanna switch that thing so I can see it, see what it looks like, or is it just gonna be the Cheshire Cat over there? What am I looking like over there? Ding 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 ding, ding 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 ding. This is the kind of delay that I'm on that I can't really even. I got nothing over there.
You can see it. It's
And you
fine.
can see it?
Yeah.
All right. Did you product cam it all?
Yeah.
You did. Oh, there it is. Look at that. I see it.
We're
I
on
like it.
lag.
Look at that. All right, Di, what are you doing? You're writing down the extra names?
Yeah.
All right, Di's writing down the extra names. So when we do the extra names, Amber's over there in a blanket. She's all bundled up. I want you guys to know that our studio retains cold. I think based on my wishes, that it just retains the cool. You know, it's 70, 75 degrees outside, and it's like 60 in here, which is fantastic to me. It's like the air conditioning's on. There's Chris. I told you I needed my Chris. Chris came over. You wanted to make sure our product cam was working. There's Chris. We have a Chris sighting. All right, Chris. Excellent work by you on the interview, sir.
No, you, Jay.
You are the man, sir. All right, we're impressed by Jen. Jen's freaking awesome. She's fantastic over there. All right, what are you doing now? Are you thinking?
You need a fun fact.
We need a fun. We need a fun fact. Di is calling me. She's got to get unbundled. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Sorry,
We're bringing her out. Wait, she's bringing the blanket with her. She's going to stay bundled up. I'll give you the fantastic Amber.
Well, I guess today's fun fact will be about my blanket because I already have it. So I'm not going to try to plug a bunch of people, but Creepy Co. is really, really great. But here's a fun fact about
That's cool.
the cover of Halloween.
Really cool.
So the only time they ever spell Myers, M-E-Y-E-R, is on the cover of the first VHS box. And I don't think anyone's going to be able to see so close or so far away, but it's literally the opening because Michael Myers is actually supposed to be spelled
Yeah, it's M-Y, right?
M-Y-E-R.
Yeah,
But they screw it up on their own. And then Halloween actually was the most profitable independent film of all time at the moment.
Wow.
I think with box office and like inflation, I'm not really sure where that stands, but yeah, I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite
I'm a
movies.
big fan. I'm a big fan.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Right. Although it doesn't have Jason as the killer, which Friday the 13th to me makes it better just because the killer's name is Jason.
Oh wow. I was like, you're right, Friday the 13th is better. Oh wait, because of your name, never mind.
All right, Di, are we ready to rock?
Ready, yep.
All right, that was a fun fact by Amber. We're going to bring Amber back in a minute because I got a feeling book number 2 is going to go absolutely bonkers too, just like book number 1. Don't put book number 1 and book number 2 in the notes yet. Don't get crazy, people. I'm watching you out there. All right, so book number 2, go ahead and do it. Let's go. Book number 2 is the Michael Dooney. This is a 250 print run. All right, it is the Michael Dooney. The book itself is Belle, Thunder of Gods, G, as in girl. All right, and these bad boys are $20. What? $20? When are we going to get our pricing right? Where's Joe? Joe must be, Joe's not feeling well. I don't think he was feeling well before we started these streams. All right, who does a 350 print run for $10? Who does a 250 print run for 20? Joe's loving you people out there. Let me tell you something, dude. All right, so again, there's the Michael Dooney. Thank you, Ralph. The book itself is Belle, Thunder of Gods, G. We're only doing 20 of these bad boys, but again, please keep in mind, one of the reasons why we're only doing 20 of these, we're not doing 60, is because we want our retailers to get these books into their hands for supporting us. Stores like Comic Empire, stores like Space Cadets, stores like Third Eye, all the stores in the future or whatever, they're going to be doing these streams with us too as well. Again, we want these variants to be able to get to those stores so that way they can sell them themselves, whether they sell them online, whether they sell them on to their patrons in store, that kind of thing. All right. This is Michael Dooney. I'm a big fan of Michael Dooney's. I don't know if you guys have ever met Michael Dooney at a convention. He's an older gentleman. Guy's been in the industry for a long period of time, and he is fantastic at what he does. And as you can see right here, the book is just absolutely slamming. So book number 2 is $20, and I'm sure that's sold out. We got 20 buyers. What we're going to do is we're going to put it in the product can first and foremost, and then second of all, we're going to write down some names past the first 20, and we'll see what kind of call Joe makes on those. But again, it's just $20 here in the stream, and again, that's the Michael Dooney, and I see Di writing away over there. Di, you didn't bring your phone to take your cell phone pictures?
Yeah, but it was blurry last time. I was.
What blurry schmurry? All right,
I
dude.
couldn't see.
I need you to focus. All right, you're not focused. You know what you're doing over there?
I'm doing
All right. Do I got to go to a
Hold on a second.
do I got to go to an Amber fun fact? Do you need some time? Do you have a fun fact? You have more fun facts? Do you?
I'm sure I have some.
You have something?
I'm done.
Oh, you're done. Well, all right, let's go. Let's rock on. Let's go. We're rocking and rolling. So we're going to do book number 3. Book number 3, we're only doing 10 of these people. All right, so stay with me on this. Book number 3, we're only doing 10 of these bad boys. All right, and there's the Michael Dooney, what I like to call the naughty version, not the see-through or the topless version, but the naughty. The book itself is Bell, Thunder of Gods, H, as in Henry. These are only $40, and we're just doing 10 of these bad boys. All right, we're going to limit this to 1 per person, of course. I see a lot of my troops out there: Jim Conway, Paul Peterson, John Hughes, Andrew Mecca-Davis, Jim Conway. Jim Conway's in for everything. I think Jim Conway might be the fastest typer in the East Coast. Okay. All right. So this is book number 3. Again, book number 3 is $40. The reason to me that makes it an absolute steal is, again, it's a 150 print run. This is our naughty version, I would say, of the book that I just showed you, which was the G cover. We call these the naughty version because it's kind of lacy, not see-through though, not the Z-rated, but again, the naughty version. And again, we're only doing 10 on this. Again, try and keep in mind, if you are not one of the 10, again, try and keep in mind, we're trying to keep these books back for our stores that we are supporting with these books and so forth. Yes, ma'am.
Paul had a question. Will the books be shown? Will the books being shown be sent to Space Cadets also?
Yes, Space Cadets has access to all these books. So Space Cadets could be your connection from here on out. It's time to get on Jen's good list. All right. I'm sure Jen has some in-store patrons that buy up her variants and so forth. But again, she has the ability to get these variants from for you guys. Okay. I was reading a John Amigo comment there. He kind of threw me off. Thought I was incorrect about something, and I would have had to see what I was doing. All right, we're good, Di?
Good.
All right, so we're going to book number 4. Book number 4 will be the last of the exclusives that we're showing as far as these diamond retailers are concerned. All right, so book number 4, we're only doing 5 of these bad boys. All right, this is the 100 print run, and we're only doing this for $75. All right, we're only doing 5 of these. Again, keep in mind, the reason being is we're limiting these for the stores themselves.
Yeah, it's sold out.
Right, I figured it did. The book that you're getting, now that you bought it, is Bell, Thunder of Gods, and its cover I is an indigo. And that's also by Michael Dooney. It's sheer. It's not exactly a topless, but it's sheer. It's a see-through. You know how we do. You guys know how we do that stuff. All right, so we're going to write down the 5 names. Are we able to tell everybody what they got in the something here today, or are we going to do that at a later date?
Chris has been putting out.
Chris has been able to put, like, Chris is able to see or something.
Yeah.
And then put them up. All right, good deal. Yeah, I'm seeing tons of befores go up. It's done, guys. Take it easy over there. Don't get crazy. All right, so let's go to. Are you ready to rock on? Or you're still writing some stuff down?
I'm ready.
You're writing some stuff down. All right, I'm ready for yes. Let's go with a fun fact. Let's go with fun fact number 2. This is gonna be fun fact number 2. We're getting the Amber out from underneath the covers. She's coming over.
More with the blankets. So more fun facts about Halloween. So the first Halloween, obviously, we almost all know that Jamie Lee Curtis was very unknown at the time. And so he casted her because she was so unknown. However, the star of the film, which was Donald Pleasance, was very well known at the time.
Yes,
he was huge. He had just done Jesus of Nazareth, which was a really, really big TV movie. And then he kind of went from there. And so he was the star and she wasn't, but then that kind of switched around. And so when they remade the new Halloween, which is now the sequel of the new timeline Halloween, it's very dumb. I don't know why you named the first movie Halloween and then also the second movie Halloween. Right. But that's why they casted a girl who was also unknown because they wanted to pay homage. Ooh, also unfun fact, but fun fact. I have been to the filming location of the original Myers house. I've been to both filming locations. They're both in LA. They're 15 minutes away from each other. The street where he's like behind the hedge and then like he steps out is super
I'm
creepy.
trying to remember now.
That is completely the same.
Yeah,
However,
interesting.
the Myers house, which is on a completely separate street, has actually been moved. So they picked up the house, they moved it to a really weird location, and it's now like a banking firm. And it's painted like pink. It's really ugly. It's really depressing, actually.
They wanted to be as threatening as possible and painted it pink.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Less
Good
than
stuff.
thrilled. So some more fun facts about Halloween.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, we're ready to rock on. All right, so that was Amber with the fun facts. Thank Amber. Thank you as always. Amber, you are fantastic. Chris, we still want you in this room. What are you doing in there? I don't know what you're doing in there. All right, Amber, I got Amber on the brain. I'm thinking of Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis, the original Scream Queen. Big fan, Jamie Lee Curtis. All right, Trading Places. Haven't seen it, go see it now. Big fan. All right, let's go to the print. All right, so if you're interested in print number 1, there only is one print. All right, it's this bad boy. It has the Space Cadets logo on it. We are doing 25 of this print. If think of what book it's based on, Di, it is the Bell Thunder of God's G. All right, print. All right, the print is $30. That doesn't make much sense. You know what? Should we change the price right now? Can we do that?
Yeah.
Because it's not a sheer. Like, so you know how we did a sheer in past? Let's make it $20. Can we change Ralph, can we change that banner and make it $20? Can we make print number 1 $20? Can we do that? So let's just do that. So we're going to make print number 1 $20, and it is limited to 25. All right, so I'm going to knock $10 off of it right now for you. And again, the print is by Michael Dooney, and I want to kind of be able to zoom in on the Space Cadets logo so you can see the store logo. Jen, if you want some of these, please shoot. If you're still listening, please shoot me an email how many of these prints that you want. I can reserve a few of these for you at least. Maybe like 3 or 4, something like that, Jen. So if you want some of these bad boys, maybe to put one up in your store for nostalgic purposes, or if you want to sell a few, please do so. Just shoot me an email, and I'll have Jen add them onto an order that she does for you. Or if you're not ordering from Jen lately, you and I can always work out something on the side. Shh, don't tell Jen that you and I are dealing with each other. All right. So again, this is print number 1. Print number 1, we're going to make that $20. Thanks for changing the banner really fast there. So we're going to make that $20. It's covered by Michael Dooney. It's based on the Bell Thunder of God's G cover, the 250 print run. So if you want print number 1, just go ahead and put print number 1 into the notes. And Jen, again, if you're listening and you're interested in some of these prints, please shoot me an email and I will get some of these together for you. All right. And again, that is the print there. It'll have the Space Cadets logo on that bad boy. And there's the logo that you see there. I'm trying to, actually, I kind of gave it around. It's going to kind of work its way around the image that you guys are showing. All right, so let's go with that. All right, so there's the print there. And if you're interested in print number 1, again, it's just $20 for the print. It is limited to 25. We're only doing 25 of those prints. They're not hand numbered, but we're only making 25 of them. You're going to just have to trust us. All right, that's what we do. All right, so the last thing we are doing the pack. All right, the pack is 3 books for $250. All right, if you want the pack, realize that you're spending $250 to get it. We're only doing 3 of these bad boys. So I'm going to show you the 3 books that are in the pack. All right, the first being the Richard Ortiz, which is Grimm 100I. All right, this was a red carpet. I believe it's a 100 print run, if I'm not mistaken. It is. It was a 100 print run that we did kind of way back in the day when we did issue 100 of Grimm Fairy Tales. Let me tell you something. The issue 100, this has interiors by Anthony Spey. And I'm going to show you one of the interior pages on this just because I'm absolutely in love with Anthony Spey's interiors. Because his interiors are like covers. I mean, it's just sick good. So again, special pack. Again, it's going to be $250 for the pack. You're getting 3 books in the pack. This is Grimm 100 and again, it's a cover by Richard Ortiz. It is a red carpet exclusive. And then the other 2, you're getting 2 parts of the Mike Crone Black Diamond books. These will both be in your pack. These are both 100 print runs. One is Wonderland 17E, and then the other one's a Grimm Universe Unleashed 04E as an Edgar. All right, both covers by Mike Crone. Both are Black Diamond exclusives when we did those. The first year we did Black Diamond exclusives, we did a set of eBass covers, if you remember them. And then the following year we did Mike Crone Black Diamonds. These are the black and white 100 print runs. So these are really rare. And again, this was in 2013. This was actually my first year with Zenoscope. Or I'm sorry, 2012 was my first year with Zenoscope. So I was here for the first original run of the eBass covers, which were the Black Diamonds. All right, again, you're getting 2 of the 4 connecting covers. This will be in that pack. Just put pack into the notes, and we're only doing 3 of that pack. We can go a little bit past that if you wanted to, Di. It's up to you. All right, so far I'm seeing Larry Younger wants one of the packs. So again, you're getting 2 of those Black Diamonds, Larry, and then you're also getting that Grim 100. So those are the books that I have for today. I think we're done. We're ready to rock and roll. I think we're gonna peace out. So I'm gonna wait and see, Chris. So you want to jump back in here, or you want to?
No, he's running in.
He is running in. All right. So we're gonna bring in Chris in a moment. I want to throw a huge thank out to Jen at Space Cadets for doing that interview with Chris. Obviously, I want to thank Chris for doing the interview as well.
No, thank you, Jay.
I have to thank my behind-the-scenes crew, Amber for the fun facts, of course, based on Halloween and her blanket, all bundled up. Di, really glad that she's doing well. Thanks to Di as well. Please come on over, Chris.
Well, thank you, the master of sales, Mr. Jason. Always a pleasure. Shout outs to Jen. She was hanging out for most of the stream, the backstage, providing moral support. I think she stepped away, but Jen, you're great. And whoa,
Who's 5-1? That's all I'm saying. Phillies.
Awesome. Jason with the sports update. Thank you. So I have some final housekeeping before we hop on out of here. So we're less than 1 week away from Mango and Buddy Man's release. The pre-orders for this #1 issue has been insane. It's probably one of the wildest, most gonzo books we've released in a long while, and the response to it has been incredible. So I believe there's still time for you to pre-order it. If not, if your local retailer doesn't sell Zenoscope books, well, have them contact Jason and Jennifer so you can join the retailer program or join the Diamond Relationship program so they can be on the retail live streams, and you can get all these awesome Diamond books and this amazing new series. If not that, you can always pick it up on the web store. And you can also wait for New Comic Wednesday, where Amber's going to be showcasing this brand new title. It's really fun, really, really strange, really wacky. I cannot wait for you all to take a look at it and read it. So also, following up in a couple of weeks is our virtual spring break, VirtualCon. It's going to be April 22nd, 23rd. It's going to be a great event. We have some cool guests, brand new collectibles. We're going to be just having fun. Spring break is upon us, so be there. It's going to be so much fun. Additionally, earlier this week, a brand new episode of Everything Zen, episode 5, just released. It's a very, very cool interview where we talk about Wonderland with Raymond Gregory. We have our special guest, Selena Lowe, most known from Hulu's Boss Girl. Our fantastic interview by Ralph and Mark on that episode. And it's just like an ode to the greatness and legacy of Wonderland. So please check it out. Amber and I did the interview with Raven. It was a lot of fun. So that's available anywhere we can find the podcast, as well as our YouTube channel. So 2 weeks ago, we had a movie club event, Night of the Comet. We had the leading ladies of the movie as special guests, and we had the usual suspects, Brian Howler, Mary Gigliotti, Crystal Starr, Sun Kumanaki. It was a great event, a very fun interview. So please check it out. That's available on YouTube and Facebook. And as a prelude, or actually think of it as a prelude for the next movie club event, it's going to be happening at the very last Friday of the month, so a week after our virtual Spring Break Con. We're going to be reviewing the classic Terminator movie. So hyped. Cannot wait. Terminator. Jason.
You Sarah Connor.
Jason, we've seen the Sun Kumanaki cover.
Oh,
it's too good.
Son.
It's
Big fan.
Sun really
she outdid herself.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like you just took words right out of my mouth, dude.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Cannot wait. So mark your calendars. Watch that movie. Watch it before a movie club happens. It's gonna be an amazing time. Finally, like I said before, every Wednesday we're going to be doing a new installment called New Comics Wednesday, where we review brand new releases. Sometimes we're going to have guests. The most recent New Comic Wednesday was about Grim Tales of Terror Quarterly, H.H. Holmes. It was hosted by Amber, and we had the writer Jay Sandlin on. We also
You
did.
did have him on. All right.
Yeah.
I was impressed with that. I didn't even know you guys had him on already.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah, he's a good
Nice.
dude. And then
Nice.
I believe Amber was also on his podcast as well. So
You didn't watch
I
my
did
comment,
not.
what my NCW.
how dare!
I'm gonna come on the stream and fight you.
I'm the asshole.
And then the week before that, we had a triple threat. We had 3 interviews in one new Comic Wednesday. So that's also still available on our YouTube channel and Facebook, our Facebook group. Facebook page. So all that's available. So if you missed out, don't worry. You can go back and just schedule every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Is it? Yes. I'm getting a thumbs up. 3 o'clock in the afternoon will be our next New Comic Wednesday. So it's very exciting. That is about it for our housekeeping. Oh, what's this?
Read my book. Read my book. I read my book. All right. I can't sign it, but read my book. I love my book. I'm not Joe. All right. Read my book.
Rob, you're so pale. It's so you're gonna get out more.
Rob's looking kind of pasty. He's in Texas. He should be getting some sun. Read my book, people.
That's awesome. So thank you, Jason. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Di. Thank you, Chen King. Most of us at Space Cadets. Oh, I forgot one more thing. April 20th, we're gonna have our follow-up retailer live stream event. We're gonna be having on Comics Haven. It's gonna be another great retail live stream. So again, we're doing these retail live streams to support comic book retailers across the country, especially those that support Zetascope. And all of our 50% of the proceeds go towards these great shops. The comic book industry wouldn't be here without these shops. So thanks to them, thanks to you, and we're gonna sign out. Have a good day. We'll see you soon.